in the last lecture we have applied different backgrounds to products. In this one we'll continue the background again because I would like to apply here some pattern. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go to our congators, and first I will show you how you can create a pseudo element after as a child of your background element. I will show you what I mean by that. So for example, in a product card we have this div here, and even without writing here any element, I can create an element as a child of this element. How can I do it? Simply let's go to our CSS file, and it will be targeting here your product BG. Okay, so let's scroll here to the product BG. Let's target here before like this. Okay, you need to use here this before, and then you need to provide here content, which will be empty string like this. Now when you will inspect your element, you'll see that you have there created some element after your BG. So let me see the product BG. I will open it, and you can see in between I have this before, this pseudo element, and there is a content empty. If I would remove this content empty, it would remove this pseudo element. Okay, you can see it's removed now. So that's why you have here to have your content of empty. That is this pseudo empty element. And what I can do here, you can see it's in the top left corner. It doesn't have any width and the height. So what I will do, I will simply assign here the width and the height, and I will mark it as a block element. So it will be taking the full space. Okay. So I will write here apply. I'll write here block, and I will say here full width. So F full, this will get me 100%, and full height. So height full like this, and yeah, that should be enough. So that's 100% of the height, and a block, display block. Okay, you shouldn't be seeing any changes, but now it's taking 100% and 100%. Now I can provide here some image, which will be my pattern. I have prepared this pattern for you. So please, let's open the resources of this lecture, and you should find here this SVG image called product pattern BG SVG. Let's copy the code of this SVG. It's a very simple one. So open here the source, and just simply copy SVG, and we'll create it in a public folder. So let's go to public. Go to public folder. Let's create this SVG. So public, a new file, and a product dash pattern dash BG dot SVG. Verify this name, please, up here. Product pattern BG SVG. Paste it here. Now I will use this image in our styling. So in our product BG in a before, I will specify here background image. Background image is very small image. All right. You'll see URL. Let's write here URL, which will be basically our public folder. So you can just write here slash product dash BG, or pattern actually, pattern dash BG.svg. Oops, SVG, okay. And now it should be spreaded through the entire width and the height of our block. Okay, so I will check it out here. Now you can see this pattern is spreaded through the entire block. Okay. So yeah, that's how it works. You have this image is super small. It's just this 1x, but since you're specifying it as a background image, this will repeat this image multiple times. Okay, I don't like how this is structured on the edges. You can see we are starting. There is also starting the other background here. So what you can change here will be the way how you will apply it. You can So I'll show you. You can come back here, and in your before here, you can apply also BG dash repeat. Okay, this is by default, guys. Background repeat is by default, which is applied when you have a background image. So this will not change anything. This will be exactly the same as you had it before. But what we want to change it to is a space. Okay, so when you will change it to a space, this will spread this image a little bit differently. And this will, oh, wait a second. It's not a BG space, it is a BG repeat dash space. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So background repeat a space. This will not start creating the new element, but it will try to align it as close to edge as possible. You can see now it's as possible to this edge and also to this edge. So this is the BG repeat space. Okay, and that's what I wanted to show you here. So this pseudo element you can create with a before. You need to target a before of the element, and this will, when you put the content empty, this will create this pseudo element, and then you can apply normal stylings as you are used to. So for example, we created full width and the height, and we apply the background, which spread image, and this image was not spread evenly because the image was starting also to going, it went to basically overflow through the image. So this BG space, BG repeat space, it will spread it that way. So it's as close to the edge of the parent as possible. Okay, but if you are interested into more of this, just search for a specific stylings, and you can always find the examples. Okay, so if you're looking for this, for example, just go to a browser and search for it. I'm very sure that you will find a lot of resources, usually on MDN, and there is also examples. Okay, so here you have BG repeat, all right, BG space, all right, round, no repeat, space repeat. Okay, so that you can see how these different patterns are applied, what are differences. Okay, that should be it. Let's continue next lecture, guys. Cheers.